Now, are you ready for some football?
Monday Night Football is a beloved American institution, a marquee game that has offered us some of our most memorable pigskin moments. Jerry Rice breaking the all-time touchdown record, Steve Gleason's post-Katrina blocked punt, and the infamous Fail Mary. It's a media spectacle that was created so we could have NFL games for one more day.
Monday Night Football has always left you entertained.
But in 2007, there was a game that was so terrible, we questioned the idea of having football on Monday at all. This is the worst Monday Night Football game. Heinz Field, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, November 26th, the year of our Lord, 2007, 8:30 p.m. The Pittsburgh Steelers host the Miami Dolphins. The iconic theme song by country music's prodigal son, Hank Williams Jr., sets the stage with different lyrics every week, making the song sort of impossible to become a sing-along hit.
When the Broncos ride into San Francisco, Green Bay wants revenge in Cowboy Town. The Broncos and both on a mission.
And in 2012, this noted wordsmith would later find himself kicked to the curb when he compared President Obama to Hitler.
It'd be like Hitler playing golf with Netanyahu.
Nice. The song would be discontinued that year and everyone was better off. Anyway, the 7-3 Pittsburgh Steelers, led by first-year coach Mike Tomlin, come into the game atop the AFC North. They have star quarterback Ben Roethlisberger and Fast Willie Parker, who has an NFL-high 600-yard rushing games. The visiting Dolphins limp into the game, riding a franchise record 13-game losing streak.
Miami, they just want to win. 10 games, 10 losses, 0-10.
Their star running back, Ricky Williams, is playing in his first NFL game in 2 years because he couldn't
Stay off the damn weed!
And Cam Cameron is staggering toward the finish line of his first season as Miami's head coach. Not great, but you know what? Maybe we can get some of that Monday night magic. Who knows? And we're off. The Steelers' opening drive of the game looks promising. Big Ben marches the Steelers downfield, reaching the Dolphins' 25-yard line before he throws the ball directly to his old friend and former teammate Joey Porter. Okay, so much for early fireworks. Let's check in on tonight's broadcast team. In the booth, it's Mike Tirico, Tony Kornheiser, and Ron Jaworski, a decent but forgettable trio who didn't quite compare to former Monday Night Football broadcaster Al Michaels.
Al Michaels, I'm Al Michaels. Al Michaels.
Actually, as part of his deal to go from ABC to NBC the year before, he was traded for the rights to an ancient Walt Disney-created cartoon character named Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
Al Michaels was traded to NBC for a cartoon character.
Long story, don't worry about it. Anyway, we're still scoreless heading into the second quarter. The Dolphins punt after just 6 seconds, promptly followed by a quick Steelers turnover on downs. This game is not getting better anytime soon, so let's just see what else is on TV. On PBS, check out some old, worthless shit with Antiques Roadshow. Comedy Central's airing a rerun of Chappelle's Show, which is all they've got after he walked away. Over on CBS, there's an episode of 2.5 Men called Kinda Like Necrophilia.
You are a necrophiliac.
TLC continues their horrifying documentary of 2 monsters who had 8 kids.
I hated every minute of it.
And if you've got the expensive channels, you can join Sam Jackson in all of his glory on a plane with some snakes.
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
All right, back to the game. With 11 minutes left in the second quarter, Ricky Williams carries it for just the 6th time in 2 years, fumbles, and while on the ground, gets stomped on by Lawrence Timmons, suffering a season-ending torn pec in the process. 4 garbage drives and 4 punts bring us to halftime. So we go back to Chris Berman, back in the studio for the fastest 3 minutes, recapping that week's action. The Patriots squeak past the Eagles to run their perfect record to 11-0. Eli Manning threw 4 picks against the Vikings. NFL sack leader Aaron Campman continued his quarterback terrorizing ways. And after knocking off the Texans, the 7-4 Browns were nipping at the Steelers' heels in the AFC North. Here we go. It's the start of the third quarter, and the score is still 0-0. Opening drive of the second half, Dolphins make their way down the field before facing a 4th and 15 at the Steeler 31, where Cam Cameron tries to harness some of that Monday night magic and opts to go for it. John Beck drops back and is instantly pressured and gets sacked. And a game that's been just awful is about to get a shitty little cherry on top. After some more bad football, the Dolphins are punting on 4th down at their own 11-yard line. Brandon Fields is the punter, Alan Rossum's back to receive, the kick is away, and it just lands in the mud. No bounce, no catch, just a ball in the mud. Actually, fun fact, sports balls do weird things sometimes, such as this Dwayne Wade layup, this field goal going through the uprights and bouncing back, and Randy Johnson, of course, blowing this bird to smithereens. But this muddy plop just feels like a metaphor for how trash this game truly is. All right, so the Steelers take over in Dolphin territory, drive 22 yards, and Jeff Reed shanks a 44-yard field goal.
Not even close.
With both teams still scoreless, we move on to the 4th. All right, let's speed through this. Long Dolphins drive, go for it on 4th and long, sack fumble, woo! And then drive-ending punt, and oh my God, a believe it or not long completed pass, and the Steelers actually have a chip shot field goal chance, bad weather and all, inside the 10. So Tomlin sends Reed back out, who bangs it through the uprights with just 17 seconds to go, mercilessly putting to bed the worst Monday Night Football game of all time.
So the game is over, and the final is Steelers 3, Dolphins nothing. Lowest scoring game in the 38-year history of Monday Night Football.
So listen, you gotta take the good with the very clearly bad. Later that year, Cam Cameron was mercifully let go as Miami's coach. The Giants became America's team when they ruined the Patriots' perfect year in the Super Bowl, and in perhaps the craziest sign of the times, Browns quarterback Derek Anderson made the actual Pro Bowl. So congratulations, you probably spent Monday busting your ass and just wanted to relax with some football and got served this smoothie of rotting sludge. You know what? Next time, just watch the Antiques. It's over quicker.
So, that was a pretty shitty game, right? There's a lot of shitty things in sports, and that's why we have this show called The Worst. Let us know in the comments what you think some of the worst sports stuff is, and maybe we'll make an episode about it. We're gonna have a worst episode every other Monday moving forward on SB Nation, so make sure you subscribe.